Welcome to the Tomb of Illumination. This is a quick video. I've just been for a stroll down the road and this sort of came to my mind. I thought I'd do a quick video. What you people should do is get your children to ask their science teachers a few questions. One being, why were we never taught that the Earth was a split cell? A split cell, and that the Bible describes it all. Then ask them, don't our physicists of today understand the Bible? Because apparently in the Bible it says Earth is a split cell. This is why we have the story of Adam and Eve. Eve being even, atom and even split. That's how we got the rib story from Adam. Where's my equipment? Ever looked at a rib cage? It's a bit like this. There's a rib cage. That's the rib story. From atom, the one atom was split even. Atom and even split. You come back to the flat Earth, which is the northern hemisphere in here. That's a particular time of the year when it's up like that. You've got the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere all the way around the perimeter. But you take a slice and look at it through like this. Probably better shown with this picture. We have the atom and even. Okay, get rid of all the stuff up here, all that rubbish. That's the flat Earth design. If you slice it through the guts, a cross section, and this is where we see the split, the even. Atom is the whole unit and split evenly. Split evenly all the way around. If we could see the from a distance as the individual, you know, the whole thing relative to the observer. Otherwise, on a whole, it's a lot smaller in here and bigger here because it expands outward. But that's one depiction. But this is what they're talking about in the Bible, trying to describe the physics of Earth to you people. A split cell. Northern hemisphere from there right across to here. Then the southern hemisphere all the way around. So your children need to know all this and they get to understand everything. Get to understand the Bible if they understand the physics of the flat Earth. The whole story. And the whole story of the Bible is basically the physics of the Earth and the divine moment of man's rebirth. When the even has to be even. So we have the magnetic field continuously flying around the Earth from its reflected northern hemisphere, but it's a certain time of the year, it's called the holy season, when they are balanced and becomes even. And that is when the Milky Way has the alignment directly across your zenith, because it will also align with the north, or if you're in the south, the north. If you're in the north, it'll be with the south. You get this alignment. So there's the atom and even story. You go Adam, but you know, physicists can't be too bright, can they? Took them more than 60 years to figure out there's a black hole in the Milky Way. Took me less than a year after studying the Bible. Adam and Eve, or atom and even. The rib cage. Take a rib, the split rib cage. Obviously they didn't take a rib out of Adam because there's no rib missing in the male rib cage, is there? Duh. Split rib cage. And it's all about the alignment, where the two hemispheres align up in the holy season. So that's the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. This alignment, you will surely die. In other words, your old life, your physical understanding, or your first birth, you die. You get cleaned out and are reborn into spiritual enlightenment. This is rebirth. When all the celestial bodies at your conception and your physical life, conceived before your birth, conception, comes around again later on in life, and if you're in the right frame of mind, bingo, it all happens as an alignment like this between the two hemispheres. Okay? So it's all about your conception. Where were the celestial bodies at your conception? And we're all led away from this sort of thing in the Bible, aren't we? All your churches get you away from this, because the people who run the churches, it's all about this. They know the system, but it's all about money. They make money off this lie by hiding the truth, keeping you away. These old people I know that have been religious all their lives, you mention the zodiac and they clam up, they won't talk. They think it's all satanic. It's just ridiculous, because it's all based on that. Astrophysics, astrotheology. It's all here. You have to understand the flat earth to understand anything in life, basically. That's your meaning to life. Get this alignment. You have to be in the right place psychologically. But it's a bit strange, our world, because a lot of people talk a lot about this Mandela effect, and this occurrence, this alignment, it's hard to explain, but it may just come at any time if you're in the right frame of mind. Like they talk about different elevations of existence, spiritual existence. If you're spiritually in the right place, it's just your world just changes to suit this new enlightenment, new birth. So it's got, it's got me a bit baffled, because I'm not sure if you can do it solely on your own. Well, in the Bible it says you can't. You have to go through you've got to go through Christ anyway. That's Christ's ascension. But to get to the Father, you've got to go through Christ. And your Christ ascension has to occur at this alignment. So, but there's a lot of stuff that leads up to that. So whether it's just for the, like they say, the chosen ones, and it's all written in the books we don't know about. It's your lot. It's hard to explain. It's hard to say. But as far as I know, it's to do with the realignment of the celestial bodies at your conception, where you've all been led to believe it's all birth. It's nothing to do with your birth. Your sun sign is at birth, but your moon and star alignments is all based at your conception, because that is creation. Bingo, boom, creation. So these are the things you need to query with your science teacher. Put them on the spot. Teach your kids. Split rib. What do they mean by this? Show them the flat earth design, and how this field swings all the way around the southern hemisphere, because the ecliptic plane is like a jellyfish. If it goes down, it's down all the way around the southern hemisphere. When it comes up, it's around the whole northern hemisphere. It's not a tilting plane like this, which I actually thought it was at the beginning. It didn't make sense, going up and down like this. No, it's completely down and around, like a skirt, then up and in. And the sun follows the magnetic field curved lines of this ecliptic plane. Go up, it'll be sitting there, you'll see it there. Goes down the southern hemisphere, it's sitting there. Every man is on a meridian, so they'll all have their own image of a north to south image. Not necessarily north to south, but if you need to consider that's like his pod from there to there. That's it, that's his view. Okay, he'll get a north to south view. It depends on latitude as to how much of the north you'll see or how much of the south. But every man will get his own sun's analemma within there. Okay, whether in the north or the south, you'll get a full image. This is an overall system, but you get you break it down to each hemisphere, so you get one in each hemisphere, like this. This is the one in the northern hemisphere, one in the southern hemisphere, and it's this alignment you want. What else can I say about the Bible? There's lots of things. I just saw a passage, I've forgotten it, but it said something about the fire burning. Oh, it's only about an hour ago. Referring to the fire. Oh, chimneys. Oh, that's what I was thinking of the Santa story. So look up the word chimney, right? Chimney. And where it originates from. Well, basically it's describing what it is actually. It's a fireplace in a living room or living area. So, in this living area, the fireplace, because in the Christmas Santa story is him going down a narrow passageway, isn't he? Coming down the narrow chimney. Well, like I say, when the Milky Ways align, well, the Milky Way is basically the narrow chimney. This is your Santa Claus, Santa coming through the narrow chimney, and it would make you a saint. Because it's on these zones here, these sainthoods, not what's the other one? Cardinals, saints. And the most divine story is about Saturn. Refers to Saturn because that's Capricorn and Jesus' story. That was the ultimate awakening. So the chimneys are represented by the Milky Ways, right? But at the same time, that's the physics of Earth, but at the same time, there's the two claustroms of the human brain. Isn't it? There's your... Got that, eh? Two claustroms, two narrow passageways in the human brain. See, it's a dual, split system. Male and female, left and right hemisphere. There's two of them there. They open up. When they open, for the first time in your life, which is all basically, this is about male actually, that it will shed blood. And then that blood will mix with other things that are going on in your system at the time of your full moon above, which is your Passover. It's magnetic. It's to do with the magnetic and electrical, creating the power, the energy, the electromagnetic induction through the human body. You don't feel it. You certainly feel something going on in your head though. So this is all about divine enlightenment, waking up. Wandered off the main topic here, but it's just off the top of my head. So physics, your Adam and Eve, and then you so it's a split cell north to southern hemisphere, but then from north to south you basically got your own, like I say, you've got your own field there. So every man has one, north to south, so that you can say that's split again, and that's infinite, because every man, no matter where he is around Earth, will be on a meridian north to south. So that's another split, a split in the cell. So you could say every man on Earth makes up the entire cell of the Earth, which it is, because it's all a conscious state. And all our minds create that conscious state. So the more evil-minded people there are in the world, the more evil and satanic and, it's death and destruction there will be in our earth. The more divine people open, divine minds, beautiful minds, goodness, it'll be a beautiful place. It'll be heaven. But it never will be, because it's all false. It's a false world, because it's split from the place of singularity, the place of origin. And this is the other thing you might want to query with your teachers. We know physics knows all about singularity. So the centre of the flat earth system is the point of singularity, the hyperboloid, which expands out to the toroidal field. As it expands, it becomes a dual system, and we want to get back to singularity. Get your kids to look into singularity, what the hell they're talking about. And possibly look at a lot of their astrology, and they'll correlate it back to the flat earth system. Understanding that tropical gap here, it's the magic zone. The tropical gap in our physical world represents the point of singularity back in the non-physical world, where we've all come from. This is basically the black hole. This part here. It's just been split. So, understanding the Santa story, Christmas time, when the Jesus story here was physically born as a Capricorn in the full moon of Pisces. Not necessarily the full moon of Pisces, but his conception. His conception was in Pisces, and his second birth will be the full moon. It's always the full moon for the divine enlightenment, in that same moon sign that he was conceived in. I'll leave it there. I haven't got much else on my mind to put into the video, but to try and open up your kids' mind to this sort of thing. Sure, they can go and learn all this junk at school, but get them to understand this first, and might be able to help them understand more. Man, if I was taught this, would have been right into science. It's my worst topic. Hate it. Okay, thanks for watching. Thumbs up.